And the reports found that during his time at Broadmoor, between 1968 to 2004, Savile was given keys which allowed him to roam unrestricted and gave him unrestricted access to ward areas, the actual day rooms, and, unbelievably, the patient's individual bedrooms. And not only was this unsupervised, but it happened without the knowledge of those in charge. So they didn't know what he was doing or where he was at any given time. Now, as I said, I used to work at Broadmoor, and this, just for starters, blows my mind. Just because of the security. Like, obviously, now we know that he was a predator, but back then we didn't know. But even without that knowledge, it's just not safe for him to be walking around unescorted, unobserved, because everybody in Broadmoor has a history of very severe violence. So to put that in perspective, I know from working there, and in all secure units, people do visit, external people visit. So it might be lawyers to talk about court cases, might be family members, and this always happens off the ward. They're never given their own keys. It happens like in a safe space in a visiting room, and there are staff that are just there only to observe the interactions and to escort any visitors around the hospital. Nobody's ever left to their own devices. And also everything's organised. So a bit like a prison, you can't just rock up to a prison and expect to see a prisoner. You have to like book in and make an appointment. You have to show your ID. You have to be searched on your way in. That's exactly the same as what happens in Broadmoor, even police officers. So the very fact that Jimmy Savile had none of that in terms of the security procedures is just completely insane.